If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures that could be sitting in old collections, make sure you subscribe now and turn on notifications. Every week we uncover coins with incredible stories, surprising history, and values that have shocked collectors around the world. Stay with me until the very end because today's South African 50-cent coin has a value range that may completely surprise you. Today we're taking a close look at the 2008 South African 50-cent coin, a modern coin that many people have handled without giving it a second thought. At first glance, it appears to be just another piece of everyday change. Millions of people have spent it, stored it in jars, or forgotten it inside drawers. But experienced collectors know that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins become the ones everyone starts searching for years later. The fascinating thing about coin collecting is that age alone doesn't determine value. Many people believe only coins from the 19th century or earlier can be valuable, but that simply isn't true. Modern coins can become highly collectible because of their condition, unusual production characteristics, limited availability in top grades, or growing demand among collectors worldwide. The 2008 50-cent coin represents an important period in South African coinage. It reflects the country's continuing efforts to produce durable circulation coins while celebrating its national identity. Every design element was carefully selected to represent South Africa's rich heritage and modern future. Take a closer look at the details. The coin carries a clean and balanced design that many people overlook. Every letter, every number, and every line was created with precision. When collectors examine a coin, they don't simply look at its face value. They inspect the smallest details under magnification, searching for sharp strikes, flawless surfaces, and tiny characteristics that separate an ordinary example from an exceptional one. One of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning their coins. A shiny coin may seem more attractive, but cleaning can permanently damage the original surface. Professional collectors often prefer a naturally aged coin with untouched surfaces over one that has been polished. Even a gentle cleaning can reduce a coin's desirability and lower its market value significantly. Another important factor is preservation. Coins that remain free from scratches, heavy wear, corrosion, or fingerprints generally receive much higher attention from collectors. A coin that has spent years in circulation usually develops signs of wear, while one carefully stored shortly after being issued may retain much of its original appearance. That difference can mean everything when experts evaluate a coin. Collectors also pay close attention to striking quality. During production, every coin is struck using powerful presses. Sometimes the strike is exceptionally sharp, producing crisp details across the entire design. Other times, minor variations occur. Coins with outstanding strikes often attract greater interest because they display every design element as intended. Errors are another exciting area of coin collecting. Although quality control is very strict, mistakes occasionally happen during manufacturing. These may include off-center strikes, doubled details, incorrect planchets, or other unusual features. Genuine mint errors are often much scarcer than regular coins, making them highly desirable among specialists. However, it is important to distinguish true mint errors from damage that occurs after a coin enters circulation. The growing popularity of online collecting communities has also changed the market. Years ago, collectors searched mainly through local coin shops and auctions. Today, enthusiasts from different countries can instantly compare collections, discuss discoveries, and compete for desirable pieces. This increased visibility has helped many overlooked coins receive new attention. Another reason collectors become interested in modern coins is the challenge of finding perfect examples. While millions of coins may have been produced, very few survive in flawless condition. Everyday handling leaves marks almost immediately. Finding a coin that appears nearly untouched years after entering circulation becomes increasingly difficult. Many experienced collectors recommend checking old piggy banks, inherited collections, forgotten wallets, and storage boxes. Family members often save coins without realizing their potential interest. While most examples will only carry their face value, occasionally someone discovers an unusually well-preserved piece or an interesting variety hiding among ordinary change. Patience is one of the greatest qualities in coin collecting. Markets rise and fall, collector interest changes, and certain coins become more desirable over time. A coin that receives little attention today may attract significant demand years later as more collectors attempt to complete their collections. Learning to identify quality is also rewarding. Instead of focusing only on age, experienced collectors study condition, originality, strike quality, rarity, and collector demand. This knowledge helps separate ordinary circulation pieces from coins that deserve closer examination. If you own a 2008 South African 50-cent coin, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for strong details, minimal wear, clean surfaces, and any unusual features that appear different from standard examples. Compare it with other coins from the same year to notice even the smallest differences. Many beginners wonder whether every old coin is valuable. The answer is no. Value comes from a combination of rarity, preservation, collector demand, and authenticity. That's why two coins with the same date can sell for dramatically different amounts depending on their individual condition and characteristics. One of the most enjoyable aspects of this hobby is that every coin tells a story. It may have traveled through countless hands, crossed cities, been saved for decades, or quietly waited inside a forgotten collection. Each mark represents a small piece of history, connecting the present with the past in a unique and tangible way. Whether you're an experienced collector or just beginning your journey, every coin deserves a careful look before it's spent. Hidden treasures are often discovered by people who simply take a few extra moments to inspect what others ignore. The next remarkable find could already be sitting inside your pocket, coin jar, or family collection. Now for the value everyone has been waiting for. A regular circulated 2008 South African 50-cent coin is generally worth only its face value. However, examples in exceptional uncirculated condition or pieces with rare collectible characteristics may attract much stronger interest from collectors. Depending on condition, rarity, and market demand, values can range from around $60 for highly collectible examples to as much as $12,000 for an extraordinary specimen with exceptional rarity or highly desirable characteristics. If you think you have one, have it carefully examined before making any decision to sell. And if you enjoyed today's coin story, don't forget to subscribe because the next hidden treasure we uncover could be even more valuable.
Subscribe now before we begin because what you are about to hear could completely change the way you look at the coins sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or even that old box you never bothered to open for years. Stay with me until the end because this is not just another coin story. This is about a small piece of metal that many people are ignoring right now, and a detail that could turn something ordinary into something extremely valuable if you understand what makes it special. Today we're talking about the South Africa 50-cent coin from 2024. At first glance, it looks simple, almost too simple to matter. Most people would pass it without a second thought. It is the kind of coin that gets mixed with others, used in daily transactions, or forgotten in a pocket. But experienced collectors know something most people do not. Value is not always about appearance. Value is about rarity, demand, condition, and timing. And sometimes, even a modern coin can become something people across the world start chasing. The 2024 South Africa 50-cent coin is part of a new circulation series, meaning it was released for everyday use. But what makes coins like this interesting is not just their release, it is the variations, the limited batches, and the unexpected errors that can occur during production. In the world of numismatics, even a tiny difference in engraving, alignment, or mint mark can change everything. A coin that looks ordinary to the untrained, can become a collector's target overnight if it carries something unusual. Now imagine this. A coin passes through millions of hands. Most are damaged, scratched, or worn down in daily use. Only a very small percentage remain in near perfect condition. Even fewer remain untouched, sealed, or preserved directly from mint sets. Those are the coins that collectors compete for. And when demand increases but supply stays extremely limited, prices can rise in ways that surprise even experienced traders. The South Africa 50-cent 2024 coin has started gaining attention in certain collector circles because of early discussions around scarcity and high-grade versions. Not every coin is rare, but top-condition examples are always limited by nature. Think about it. A coin minted today starts losing pristine quality the moment it enters circulation. That means perfect examples are already becoming harder to find. Collectors also pay attention to special characteristics. Things like sharp strike quality, unique toning, misaligned dies, or minor minting variations can add interest. Even if most coins do not have errors, the possibility of rare variants is enough to keep collectors searching. And when people start searching, demand begins to build quietly in the background. There is another important factor: international collectors. South African coins are not only collected locally, they attract global attention, especially when they are part of modern circulation series that might not be widely distributed outside the country. This international demand can significantly influence perceived value over time. Now listen carefully, because this is where most people misunderstand coin value. A coin does not need to be old to be valuable. Age is not the only factor. Rarity can exist in modern years as well. Limited availability, collector hype, and condition grading all work together to determine what someone might be willing to pay. In some cases, people have discovered modern coins that were initially worth only face value, but later became highly sought after due to unexpected collector demand. The key is always awareness. Most people never check what they have. They spend coins without realizing they could be holding something that others are actively searching for. If you have a 2024 South Africa 50-cent coin, the first thing you should consider is its condition. Is it sharp and clean, or has it already been circulated heavily? Has it been stored carefully or passed through daily transactions? These small details matter more than people think. In collecting, condition is often everything. Another thing collectors look for is packaging origin. Coins that come directly from mint sets or official rolls often carry higher value because they are untouched by circulation. That untouched condition gives them a better chance of receiving high grading scores, which is what serious collectors look for when paying premium prices. Now let's talk about demand psychology. When a coin starts getting attention, even in small online collector communities, curiosity spreads fast. One person mentions it, another checks their collection, and suddenly more people are searching for it. This is how modern coin value trends often begin, not with official announcements, but with collector interest growing quietly over time. Some coins stay stable for years. Others suddenly spike when demand shifts. The South Africa 50 cents 2024 coin is still in an early stage of its collector journey, which means its long-term perception is still developing. That is exactly why people are paying attention now rather than later. There is also the possibility of future historical relevance. Coins often gain more attention as time passes because fewer high-quality examples survive. What seems common today may feel rare in 10 or 20 years simply because most of it gets lost in circulation. So if you're holding one of these coins, the smart approach is not to rush, but to observe. Check condition. Compare variations. Look at collector discussions. Understand what makes one coin more desirable than another. Knowledge is what separates casual holders from serious collectors. And here is something important to remember. The coin market is unpredictable. Values can shift based on demand, trends, and discoveries. That is why collectors always stay alert. They do not assume value stays the same. They watch, they learn, and they act when opportunity appears. Now imagine a scenario where a rare variation, a perfect mint condition example, or a highly sought-after batch becomes identified among collectors. In situations like that, competition can rise quickly. And when competition rises, prices follow. This is why even a modern coin like the South Africa 50 cents 2024 should not be ignored. It represents possibility. And in collecting, possibility is often where opportunity begins. So before you dismiss it as just another coin, take a second look. Because history has shown many times that value often hides in plain sight. What seems small today can become significant tomorrow, depending on how collectors perceive it and how rare it becomes over time.